Okay. Hopefully that gets me. I'm not quite sure. But I was on a call today with one of my really, really good friends. And this is just truly a motivational, amazing person, very dear to me. And after talking to her, it was interesting because I called her. And, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Every time I travel, just got back in town and come back, I get sick. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I called this young lady, and I called her so that we could discuss business opportunities that both of us are going for in the year 2015. Some things and ventures that we've spoken about. And it's just so interesting because just when you are calling someone, you never know that that same person really needs to talk to someone. So you could be calling your friend, your mother, your sister, your father, your brother, you name it, and you never know when that person needs to talk with someone. So as I was saying, I was calling her to talk to her about business and some of the future projects that we are trying to accomplish here in 2015. And as interesting as it is, I was calling her and she completely needed to get some things off of her mind in regard to some things that have been bothering her life, that's been trying to plague her blessings. And her and I got to a place in our conversations where she mentioned the first thing they would say is, oh, she thinks she's better. And I told her, I said, you know what? That bothers me so much, to the point so that I had to get to a different mindset when people think that of me or have said that of me. And I told her, I said, she's like, I spoke to her in such a way and spirited her and ministered her as we both do to each other from time to time. And matter of fact, I'll stop saying her. Her name is Shavada Ross. She's a dear friend of mine, way from back in the day, high school. Many of you may know her. But the long story short is, tonight's vlog is about better. I have a question for you. Do you think you're better than someone else? Now, sometimes that can be so broad of a question, and it generally comes from people that we know. It generally comes from family. It generally comes from people that we know. I'm so sorry, my husband was calling me just now. But the long story short is, it comes from people who know us and people who have seen us grow and transition in our lives. And once we've gotten to a place of freedom, once we've gotten to a place of independence and clarity, and when it comes down to us being called upon to help them, maybe we've been helping them all along this journey of ours. Maybe we've been sharing our same blessings with them. Maybe we have, just ministered them or mentored them, or better yet, just tried to give advice. And once something doesn't happen for them or go in their way from us, now we think we're better. So tonight's question is, are you better? So as I'm talking to Shavada and I'm listening to her, everything that Shavada was saying was, just so deep to me and so close, and it hit home because I've been through that same type of torment. I've come from a background of various life experiences that many of you would just not know about. There's a song out called You Don't Know My Story, and all of us have a story, but I think it's so important the way you advocate your story. I was taught to live a life so great and so beyond, and always love yourself, that no matter what or who say something about you, no one else will believe it. So back to thinking that we're better. As I'm talking to Shavada, I say, you know what, Shavada, stop all of that. They think that I'm better than, and because I'm not doing this, and she says, Angel, it was so weird to me because it was weird to me because how did that person become the victim? And I told her, I say, Shavada, you know how they become the victim? Because it's normal to them to hurt people. It's normal to those same people who are in their ears, who are mentoring them the wrong way, who are guiding them the wrong way, who are making them believe that they did nothing wrong, who are not showing them a better understanding of how to choose better. I told her, I said, you know what, you are better. And you have to tell people that. When people say that to you, oh, she thinks she's better. You know what you tell them? I don't think I'm better than you. I just know that I chose better decisions than you did. I prayed better. I'm doing better for my children, for myself, for my future. And if that bothers you so much, well, then maybe you need to have a real serious talk with God and learn how you can be in a better spot. So as I'm telling Shavada this, you know, she's just woo-hooing and hallelujah and amen and you know, doing what she do. And one thing about me, I am not a religious person, although I was brought up in the church of God. I was a church kid. My dad, my parents, we were in church 4 days a week. So I am anointed. However, religion has taken such a weird twist in today's society, and everyone wants to be so holier than thou. And I know that that is a depiction of a judgment of one's character. I'm not pointing out anyone. So I don't like to say I'm religious. I like to say I'm spiritual. And when in my circumstance and in my experience, I have been down that road. Oh, I think I'm better. Last time I checked, how is it wrong to want better for your children? So I moved. I got a better work environment. I changed my circle of friends. See, I had a circle of friends who didn't want better for me. They were plotting me with the wrong ideas. They were supporting me with the wrong short-term goals. And sometimes you really have to stop and say, okay, you know what? I want better for myself. And maybe I need to do away with this poisonous friendship. Maybe I need to do away with this job that's getting me nowhere. Maybe I need to do away with my living conditions. And maybe I need to pray better. Maybe I need to think better. Maybe I need to stop depending on one's opinion and start relying on myself better. Because only people or family, friends or foe, job, career, workers, you name it, employees, co-workers, you name it. Anytime someone has to think that you think you're better than they are, you know what you tell them? I am better. I'm not better than you. I did things differently than you. I chose differently than you. I pray differently than you do. And I focus differently than you do. See, it's not that people say, oh, they're just haters. No. They're not haters. They're admirers. People who admire you the most will do one of two things. They will praise you through admiration and support you full on. Or they will be so intimidated by you and the fact that they admire you that they will stay in a subder of confusion, not knowing how to even approach you to say, Angel, how did you get that successful business? How is it that you have time in your life now? How is it that you are so blessed that you work for yourself at the age of 34 years old and you don't give up? You get out there, you network, you market, you travel, you take care of your children, you're a mother, you're an advocate, you're independent, you're a role model, you're so positive, you're a woman, you give other women compliments, you help people out. How is it that you're all of these things amongst things that you weren't 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago? And you know what you have to tell them? Well, I prayed. I didn't like my life 5, 7, 10 years ago. I knew what I always wanted 5, 7, 10 years ago. I took a step on faith 5, 7, 10 years ago. You know, it's all about stepping stones. And I don't want to make this all about Jesus because I'm not one to preach to anyone. But I tell people straight up, especially my own counterparts, my peers, ones who are within the realm that I'm in, ones who have been there where I have been. I tell them all the time, I say, you know what you have to do? You have to pray better. You have to make sure that it counts. You have to make sure that you're not wasting your time. You have to make sure that your life is well spent. You have to make sure that the people in your life, you are always researching, meaning not by Google, researching their characters, trying to see and understand if they are for you. And if they are for you, first they have to be for themselves. I was always told way back when, oh my gosh, Angel is so this and so that and so conceited. And so, no, I'm not conceited by far. I love me. I went through such a trying time in my life where myself could have been broken, and I didn't let that happen. So I prayed for better. I wanted better. I spoke it into existence. I meant what I prayed about. I was very specific in what I prayed about. And now, because I can look around me and see how things are flourishing, see how my blessings are paying off, I'll be damned if I'm going to apologize to anyone who thinks, oh, she thinks she's better. Oh, she drives this kind of car, she thinks she's better. She live in that kind of home, she thinks she's better. Well, I don't think I'm better than you. I just did things differently than you. I made better choices than you. I relied on God better than you. I treated people better than you. And I prayed better than you. So if that makes me better than you in your mind, you really need to have a serious sit down, put them hands together, get on those knees and pray to God that he fix your spirit. To anyone who has gone through this same thing and have felt like I'm the blame and I can't possibly adorn myself in my accomplishments. I can't possibly be happy that I have gotten this far in my life and I know things are going to get greater from here. I can't possibly be happy for myself. Oh no, how dare I do that, because I have this sister that's going through this, or I have this relative that's going through that, and I have this coworker that's dealing with this in their life, and I have this situation going on with my work or with my mom or with whatever, or I'm not a great mother right now, or you know, I don't go to church every Sunday. I don't go to Bible study. I can't quote scriptures. It's not about any of that. What it's simply about is celebrating yourself, thanking God for every day, every moment, every minute, thanking God for every blessing that he bestow upon you, and always giving him the glory. And even when you have someone who can't fathom for the second why you're where you are, or when someone says to you, oh, you think you better, you know what you ask them? And this will stop them in their tracks. Do you think you're better? And I guarantee you they're going to say, no, because I'm not you, and I don't this, and they're going to give you a list of a whole lot of insults. Okay? They're going to be very derogatory. They're going to be very upset. They're going to be angry. But you know what you ask them next? How does that make you feel when I asked you that? They're going to look very puzzled. They're going to be very confused, because a person of normal, poor characteristics have no knowledge of the way or impact that they will bestow upon another person. Whether it is just their opinion, whether it is just through anger, argument, you know, just being upset, having a bad day, maybe torment, maybe it's a personal harvesting. Maybe they're harvesting something personally against you. It's never too late to have a breakthrough, but never apologize for where you are in your life, for what God has allowed to happen in your life, and for how you have done better in your life. Because in all actuality, you are better. You're no better than the next human being, but you chose better. You made better decisions. You prayed better. You relied on God better. So let them know, yeah, I am better. I'm no better than you, but I chose better than you. I made better decisions than you. So sue me. And then walking away from that, start making better decisions of how you deal with those type of people. Eliminate. Be cordial, be respectful, pray for them still, but just eliminate. Family, foe, it don't matter. Sometimes you have to eliminate. You have to eliminate how you deal with them. You have to eliminate your communication with them. You have to eliminate your interactions with them. Meaning, even in conversations, sometimes we allow interactions from one's opinion to get so embedded in our thought process that they become a part of our everyday. You can't be successful within your path doing that.